Hey there, Sagittarius. This is Joy with Joy of the World, here to take an intuitive peek into the energy going on around you. Friends and subscribers, welcome back. And if you're new to this channel, click that subscribe, ring the bell. They'll notify you anytime I post new videos. Also, if you find you like the content we provide here, give us that big thumbs up, like, and share. Share with your peeps. Share with your friends. Help them level up in love. These are energy sessions that transform us from the inside out as we tune in here, allowing our spirit and our guide to get on page with ourself and our truth and our knowledge, coming forward that we live our big, bold, bright, beautiful lives, enriched, enjoying, nourishing, and happy. Okay? If you missed me, Sagittarius, Hurricane Sally came right down through, and I'm telling you, she sucked the power right out with it. So no videos, no uploading, no whatever until I am back on page with us right now. For those of you and your donations that you signed to the channel, thank you so much. I've enjoyed using the new decks and the information they are bringing out. But for now, Sagittarius, we are stepping into a one-card wonder, and you would wonder, why is it not just one card? And I wondered the same thing, dare I say. It's interesting you're having the shuffle on camera, because I don't tend to like to do that. I shuffle beforehand and clear the deck, but there's something you're wanting to know here. So we have a one tarot card read, and then we're having the runes and the credit cards join along with it as some clarifying. But then Mars and Pluto are stepping in, each with their own card, to offer us power and empowerment, to know that they're on our side to assist us, that the negative qualities that have been asserted about some of the planets that can leave us in a shifted state in our mind plays out. How we see things, that's how they are. So they're coming in to let us know, hey, they've got our back. They're team players. They're here to help give us the energy and the motivation to move forward into what it is that is going on, or where we are at. You're still talking about dividing and talking. So let's take a look here, Sagittarius. Let's see what we can do now for you and see what Sagittarius has going on at Joy to the World. Okay. Crumple huffs, crumple fists, crumple mint. Okay, we got some Empress. Some of you have been working hard. That was definitely very efforts-based, like forceful, moving it forward, moving it out, like a lot of intentionalization going on. Some of you, it has been a closing of a very long chapter. And that's some of what the teaching of life is they'll let us wear it out, put it into the ground, like a dog, return to vomit, whatever we have to do until we finally get tired of the old way and get in alignment and agreement, even if it's in a bit of a huff, like the card just came out, like, fine, okay, fine, whatever. And you would think that that what I'm talking about is that life wants something bad or hard or wrong from you. No, it just wants something you haven't been willing to give. Like in my case, that's love connection, that type of thing, where other people are all like, oh, love's coming in, love's coming in. I'm like, psst. Who's bothering me? What's that all about? And life's like, joy. And I said, okay, fine. Okay. I don't know how many years I've been saying that, but here we come along. I digress. So it could be anything like that. It could be a certain job change, even travel, something that you innately and naturally love, but maybe to a place that isn't your favorite. Whatever it is, it's a little bit of a provoking going on, but now you have made the choice. You have given permission for it to come in and to step forward. For some of you, it is having a child. For others of you, it is going back to school. But allowing the rivers of your spirit to flow and to carry you there, because it is part of who you are. That's why there's been a bit of that disharmony, the distress, that type of energy going on, because it wanted to come about naturally. And you're all about natural, Sagittarius, not about convoluted or contrived, anything like that. You want the natural energy to come in, and you are looking forward to it. It's just that the buoyancy and the bubbliness, the light feet hasn't quite caught up with it yet. And some of that could definitely be this COVID energy sitting around. It can be the trials and tests going through, the uproar of our nations and our world, the disrest, the disharmony. But it's also that we're shifting into this 200 years of air. So it's a whole shift in mind, a whole shift in state. And each zodiac sign is changing its calibration. It really has to do with, like, Virgo, who's always very otherness, helping of others, is finally having to settle into love and love for themselves. And Scorpio has always been very sexual, very steamy, is like settling into that deep romantic part of themselves. It's that bit of an enhancement and a moving forward into a very stabilizing energy, something eternal and abiding and whole. Okay. So with that being said, let's get you your moon oracle here, Sagittarius, to come along to bring in the motivation, the naturalness of the enjoyment of getting on page with your spirit. Spirit is a breath moving through and animating your mind, body, and soul, but there's some polarizing energy going on. Okay, so I grew up in a home with a Scorpio and a Leo. So you talk about fire and water, and a Scorpio to me is like boiling water. So you take those, hold on. Okay. Volunteer straight out of the middle from the gut. You take that and you put it together and it could seem volatile, but hey, if you know how to cook, it's like all right. Or you got a hot tub, it's like all right. So it's being able to find that bit of the dance in the midst of this provoking. Okay, so opening the heart to the learning of self, the learning of the soul, and being that this came straight from your middle, let's take a look. It's a perfect 10. It's all going to work out, and there are many things going on, which is why you're feeling kind of pulled. And it's not expansion like typical Jupiter energy, that it comes from one point and it opens up, and like the desire is there, the catalyst is there, the thrusting forward, the unction, all that is there. This is more bits and pieces coming in like a recipe, and you're feeling a little bit worked and a little bit worked over, and that's why it feels kind of contrived or manipulated. And you're like, we do not like that. And I'm like, okay, but if you understand this is you, yourself, your solar system, your planets, your entire chart is revising itself. Take a look. See the dynamics going on there? So you're opening up this whole new world that didn't even exist before. It is very much, you can go back to the message that talked about you being in the 4D. It has to do with the 4D, where something came to an abrupt end. It looked like a blockage. It looked like a complete ending, but it was actually a manifestation of the mind. Like in the real world, it did. But in the mind, it was calling forth like faith from your heart. So, oh yeah, okay, there goes my nose. Like Indiana Jones in one of the movies, he had to cross this chasm to be able to try, I think it was the one to get to the Holy Grail. And the riddle tells him to step out. And he has to take a step in faith, which means you can't just tiptoe out there and hope that it's going to appear underneath. It was the full body weight, the putting of your full self into it is what activated that stone to appear in thin air, out of thin air, in mid-air, okay? And you're like, so the moon begins rising up out of your mind at that, and it's like, okay, here, I'll step forward. I'll tell you what it is. It's my mind. It's my mindset. It's like part of me doesn't believe that this could ever really happen for me. I've seen it happen for others. I've always been about the world. I've been about that type of living, so I've been one step removed from the fullness of my life. I enjoy it. I love it. I live it. I have pleasure in it, but I saw myself here more as a servant, as a scribe, someone that was bringing forth the wisdom, the truth, the information, weaving it together as a weaver. I didn't realize that that was my tapestry I was weaving. Okay. Well, if that didn't just fall silent, I don't know what does. Okay, there you are. A little bit messy here, but that's all right. We got perky, buoyant, happy, and elated. There's the energy. We're just going to descend. We're going to scan the Empress with that energy. We're bringing in the embodiment, the togetherness, the fulfillment, like the nourishment, because this is very much talking about breast here in this case, about the Empress, about feeding yourself, nourishing yourself, nurturing yourself. And you're definitely wanting me to reiterate here is to nurture the mindset of this, that life loves you too. You know, you weren't just called here to be the host or the hostess, to cook it up and to serve it up and to keep fluffing the crowd, moving around, making sure everyone else is having a great time. You were called and empowered to be this so that you could enter in as well, to become part of the party, to sit down and eat the food that you share with everyone else, to imbibe, to enjoy, to engage, and to fully live right here, now, today. Okay, so you're wanting to go for Mars instead of Pluto first. We're going to go ahead and do that and find out about the empowerment of that. And of course, we knew it being the permission, like surrendering of your heart is very much what you're talking about here. Interesting. We have the Two of Spades coming in. Tell you about clearing away the blockage, the cold heart, like the cold crust that was going on here, the tip of the iceberg, because what it is just a tip. There isn't the whole iceberg. It's just a little chunk of ice. It is a visual illusion going on. But there, you have much spiritual help here helping you to gain this resolution. of surrender, of the white flag, of realizing it's just a little piece. It's not part of who you are. Who you are is this great density, this great cosmos, this great beyondness that is going on here. The chaos, the black moon Lilith, it is the raw potential, the source from where all things come. Like you haven't even, they're saying, you haven't even crusted it. You haven't even come upon the crest. Okay, the crest of the mountain. You're so much more than you've given yourself credit for. That's what Mars wants you to know here, Sagittarius. So with that, let's take a dive into Papa Pluto over here. Okay, and let's get the card for Sagittarius about who they are, about this. Okay, hang on. These are all black. I thought I heard a turn. They're very elusive. Okay. Sagittarius. No need to be elusive anymore. What is happening? There's a whole lot of, you've got inversions going on, folding inside out. It's almost like, I'd say playing devil's advocate, which is very much a Capricorn energy. So if some of you are on the cusp or close to that, that is some of what is going on. But to no longer be played by it, but to play into it, to take it to your advantage, that you have these polarizing energies, these things going on that make you expansive, make you knowledgeable, but don't be played into it, don't be played by it. Begin to enjoy and dance with that energy going on here. I just need to take another look because it's like convolutions, involutions, stuff that you wouldn't tolerate anywhere else is what has actually happened inside of yourself. There's an unfoldment, something you've been saving, hiding, and stashing away, and you're saying for a time such as this, like the pure perfect part of yourself you hid because you were waiting for that true love. Okay, there it is. There it is. Waiting for that true love. Yes, the idealistic Sagittarius, waiting and believing secretly about true love for yourself. That's your sun. That's your key. That is your clue. That is the central part, the eye of God of your whole chart. The coming together of all your angles, the tuning of your streams is to finally admit to yourself that you are human and you want to dance in this divine life that you have. So we have the Emperor and Death here as what came in. They came in stuck together and insisted in being here. One is a shadow going on, a figment, and here's the reinvention of yourself. So what I would say is you have the choice of stepping into the game, but it ties your hands. And it plays your mind on that negative Neptunian energy. Is like, so you might check out one of the Pisces videos, whichever one calls to you, because Pisces is very much, as they're stepping into this new state of air, has been overcoming the flip-flop of the fish, of something always having to be submerged, but being able to have their whole self above the surface, yet prosper and flourish and connect, because that's where their heart has been going all along. And we didn't know how to do it, but here that's what it's letting us know, is there's a line that you set up, and I would say don't cross it, because really it can seem like it's on the other side, but if you have wings, fly. There's a phoenix energy here, a fully letting go of the way it has to happen. And they're saying, and of how it has to be. You've had some ideas and some ideals because they were in this conceptualized form. Just like a woman carrying a baby in the womb, she can feel the baby and have ideas and dreams about the baby. But once the baby is born and comes out, that's where the connection occurs. That's when the facilitation of the knowledge of the self, of what is calling forth from you to step into. It's like that with the relationship. Doing away with that letting go of the idea of how it looks, the constructs of what it is. You've had some inklings and some feelings and some urges going on inside, and you were kind of pretty sure of how it would be. But now that it's here and the rubber's hitting the road, there's a bit of that vapor and that shadow going on. And emperors are very much about presence and being present. But this one has fallen from the throne, is off in the shadows. Which is why, thank goodness they told me in the beginning, Pluto would always get a clarifier. Let's find out about this shadow. But no, there's definitely love going on in this stuff. No more playing games. No more playing games, Sagittarius. Time to get real. I'd say serious about it. That's the Capricorn part. But it doesn't mean like doom, 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 serious. It means like, hey, pull the cobwebs off your eyes. Pull the veil off. Quit worrying about where this has been. Get up on your throne. Get up on this. And look, this is what happens. Then the new beginning. The waves of love come rolling in. The sun comes out and begins to shine. The birds begin to sing. The clouds are in the sky and they look like fluffy creatures floating by. Your imagination kicks back on, and that lightheartedness that is at the central core of who you are, which is why you're the philosopher, the diviner, the dreamer, it's now coming forth, but for you, for you, for you, when you let go, Sagittarius. All right. This is Joy saying I love you. Let go, my friends. Bye.